Today with me, I have Safina Duke. Safina, welcome in.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Safina Duke. I currently live in Fishers. I grew up around this area over here, and I work for Fisher Homes as a new home sales consultant. And I have a husband, 2 kids, and that's all.
Great. How long have you been in like the home builder rep industry?
I've been in it for about 3 years. Yep.
Great.
And before that, I had my own business, and I had my kids were young, so I was home with them while kind of like starting my own business and doing that.
What was your first business adventure?
My first business was I had my high school car, and we sold it for like $1,000, and it was like an old Ford Taurus, and that's how I bought like my first camera, and I bought like a red DSLR, which I regretted later, and started a photography business and like no business experience or anything, just like learned how to sell photography and portraits.
You said you did like portrait work?
Yeah,
What,
so like
what kind of portraits?
anything but weddings really, but like especially loved working with like high school seniors and yeah, like having the hair and makeup aspect and like going out in the fields and like the different and like doing like studio work and stuff too. So yeah.
Like a red DSLR, you mean like a physical red DSLR or?
Yeah. Like I just bought like an entry level camera and I was like, I'm going to be different and buy like a red camera. And then as I got like more professional, I was like, oh God, I have a red camera.
The DSLR age. We're in the mirrorless now, it's completely changed. How long did you do that for?
I did that for quite a while. I think I stopped after COVID. So probably like 6 or 7 years. I hate to say that, but 6, 7. Yeah.
What made you get out of it though?
I always knew, I think I always felt like maybe the community wasn't fully like I didn't fully fit in all the way or like, and I just felt like it wasn't like my one true passion, which like, I don't know. I think my views on that have changed a little bit now, but like, I just it was a lot and I was ready to not have like my own business anymore, especially, cause it's like, as you know, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
That's different, it's unique. Usually it's like people working for somebody or someone. From what I've seen, everybody's different. But it's like, oh, I used to work for this person and then I decided to start my own business. But for you, it was kind of like, okay, I started the business. It's a lot to take on. And with starting a family, like you said, just to kind of be like, okay, I'm going to be a little bit like less hands-on and do something different. Like, what was that like with like having kids and you started a family?
Yeah. So when I started this business, I was 20 and I had already had like a 1-year-old at the time. And so I was kind of like, what can I do with him still? So I still like full time was a mom. And then like on weekends or like evenings, I would do photography, but it was very part-time still. And I think it just like got tired. Like, it's just like the business doesn't move without you moving it. Like you're the only person and you have to really hustle to get your name out there. And like, I worked really hard to build a brand and to make it something that people would pay for and not just like, you know, the lowest bidder wins or whatever. So I worked really hard to like learn how to sell and learn how to accept money. Like I didn't even feel comfortable accepting a lot of money from people when I started off. So like, I went through a lot of that. And then I was like, I think like, honestly, I'm ready to put my youngest in daycare and like just work full time and be out of the house because being in the house for me, I've realized now is not like where I really want to be like during my days.
Yeah. I can resonate a lot with that. I started my business and it was like a 3-month-old. And it was kind of like just kicked to the curb to, hey, like, let's start it. I'd been wanting to start it. I worked for a media company and it was like, there's never a right time to start a business. And especially with a newborn, it was like probably like the worst thing you could do, start a business with a newborn. But I was taken out of the house a lot more, just because I had to be hands-on. I had to go meet people. Mm-hmm. But like being in the house with a young newborn and a toddler, like I was going stir crazy. I was like, I need either a remote office or I need to just go and shoot more. And that's kind of what I did. So, yeah, kudos to you. So you got your dream job at 29. Going a little on script here. So you got your dream job at 29. How'd you do that?
I decided after years and years of like grinding and having my own business, I was like, I'm ready to find a full-time job, but I never went to college and I never I didn't really have much on my resume besides like owned my own business for all this time. And so I I kind of was like not sure where I would be in the job market, I guess. So I kind of just like started applying for all these places, and I got some interviews that were like for like minimum wage, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't think we're going to go with you." And so I was like, "Uh-oh, like I'm probably not going to be able to find anything." So I was kind of like I would kind of take anything. At that time, I was kind of like open to being like, "Okay, I'm new. I'm going to start off and just like take whatever, comes to me." But I ended up like meeting somebody at the gym that I go to, like by like inserting myself in a conversation really, because like somebody else was asking about jobs and I was like, I'm also looking for a job. And he was like, oh, I work at Fisher Homes. And so like I just applied there, and it turned out to be like just kind of like everything I was looking for. Like it would use all my skills I already had, but it would like ease some of the parts I didn't like there's already a name brand for yourself, and there's already marketing happening, and there's like, so I really liked like the combination of it feeling like a little bit entrepreneurial still, but also like a job where I can work full time and just like go into it full time. um, so it was like a complete accident that I ended up working here, but um, it worked out, and thankfully I didn't get the starting wage jobs that I was trying to apply for.
Yeah. I like Fisher Homes. I've always known of Fisher Homes because when you're on 69 getting ready to get on 465, I was building Fisher Homes.
Yeah.
And I've always been like, oh, Fisher, what is Fisher Homes? And then I
Yeah.
started getting into the industry a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, it's a home builder. And then I started like getting to know people that worked in Fisher Homes. What's one of the coolest things that you've experienced like here at your job? Or like what's one of the coolest things you've done that you were like, man, I never thought that like this opportunity would have like led up to this?
I think the whole real estate and home building industry is kind of mind blowing, because I wouldn't have ever known that this was a job where you could just like sell and earn commission off homes. Like you think about that with like cars, or like, or like in a store working, doing something like that. So like, I think it's just been cool to learn how, like, especially how I've been able to take the skills that I learned from photography of like networking, and because that was hard, like learning how to network, because everyone's like, oh, you have to network, but people don't really know how to do it. And then like the marketing skills of like I built up an Instagram following on my first page, and I just did the same thing again when I got this job. And so like it's fun to watch like how I was able to bring my own thing, and I think like all of us salespeople here bring our own little like strengths to the job, and they're all so different, like the ways that we succeed. So it's just been cool to watch that like I could do that and become successful really quickly when like I don't have a corporate background, I guess.
How important do you think for you and your job, like how important is social media to you?
I think it's pretty important as far as people like knowing who you are, because I care a lot about having like a social network. And the easiest way to do that is social media, but like also just like people that you meet in your day to day life. Like I just like knowing people at my kid's school, or like people at my gym, or just everywhere I go. I like to like feel connected in the community. But like social media is an easy way for, you don't even have to like meet the people. You can just put your name out there, and like you can be authentic and like get online and start talking, and people feel like they know you without you having to meet them. So yeah, important.
Do you carry over like a lot of your photography background? Like, do you ever just sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to apply what I built like a business off of and like carry that into what I do now?
Yeah, like I definitely learned a lot with my first business, because like I got on there and I'm like 20 years old with a kid, and I'm like trying to look professional, and I'm like, so I'd write like, we are so happy, like, when you like try to say like we, because you're like, but it's not we, it's just me. And it's like I was trying to look so professional, and like then I learned how to just like get on my stories and just like start telling people about my day, and like taking them into my life in my studio, and like just like what the process looked like, and just be more like just post more stuff and not care as much about being professional. And I've definitely taken that. Like I just post all kinds of stuff, and I don't think about like if it's cringe or horrible. I just like keep posting it until it's good.
That's one thing I could definitely take advice on is like, just post it. Like I feel like you're just going to get more business and you're going to land more deals and connections and relationships if you just be a human online and not be like a robot. Like, oh, I'm a business. We do this. We are this. And it's like, okay, but like people know that it's you. You want to always like come off bigger than what you are online. But at the end of the day, like I feel like you're going to function and flow a little bit better if it's like more human and it's you and it's yourself.
Yeah, and like fun story about that is I learned this during my photography business. I had just had Abel, who's now 7, and I was obsessed with baby clothes. And so I followed all these baby clothes brands. And like there's this one company, and she didn't post like on her story, she didn't post anything, like she didn't post the cute clothes. She posted like she'd be like, oh, I just woke up, I'm getting like coffee for my worker, like I'm going to like my warehouse, like I'm with my team, we're having a meeting. And I was like so interested, even though like I didn't follow her because I followed her because of the clothes, but like she wasn't just like, here's our new clothes. Like I was interested in like the whole story behind like what does it look like to be the owner of a baby clothes brand. And so then I just kind of took that and like have been trying to use that in my own social media and stuff too, because people don't actually care about like seeing your professional thing every time you post.
Right. I mean, that's what they go to your page and they see it. They're like, hey, we get it. Like you're a builder rep, or we get it. You're a photographer. Cool.
Yeah.
But it's like the difference of if I go and I don't want to talk about myself, but like if I go and shoot a twilight at night of a house and I take a photo of the camera with the house in the back, it's just standard, like the amount of impressions I get on it's pretty low. If I just do the opposite and take a selfie of myself with the camera in the house, like thumbs up, like, hey, I'm out here with X realtor doing this, the amount of likes that I get, because it's like you're adding that human element into it. And you're adding a little bit of personality. Like people are like, oh, look at Zane. He's out there at that twilight. Like he's smiling in the photo.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
that's big. And I took that from the last company I worked at, was like, incorporate yourself. Like everybody knows you're shooting a house. Everybody knows you're like a builder rep if they go to your page or if they follow you. But like, you know, give people a little bit of like personality and show them that like, hey, you're actually out here doing this. I'm not like taking a photo.
Yeah, I think like people want to hide themselves so much, and like in the name of like looking perfect or professional, and it's like people don't care. Like people just don't care. There's just too much stuff out there. Like there's so many companies and brands, and so like you have to give them a story or something interesting to like connect to or to remember about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I watch your stories too when they come up. I'm like, oh, there. And it's like you're kind of taking somebody through your day in a way.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would post. Like I just post stuff that
Yeah.
like comes to
Well,
my
even
mind.
yeah, even like, so you are currently in the process of building a house.
Yeah.
And like you kind of walk people through that as a rep building your home. So like tell me a little bit about how that process is going for you.
It's definitely, I have so much more empathy for people that I work with now, because I've gone crazy at different stages. It's like, especially like for me being like, it's kind of a big jump, I guess, and it's kind of like been my dream to build or to have a house like this, I guess. So there are a lot of emotions associated with it, with like the identity shift. I don't think all of my customers have that, like, cause they might be a little bit more normal and take like normal steps, but like, but there's a lot of like ups and downs and like stress, or getting like, ready to move, or like getting excited about it. But then you have time to think about it, and you're like, or you have time to like wonder if you're doing the right thing. So there's just a lot of ups and downs, and like, it's a very emotional process. And I like to go visit my house all the time to like remind myself why I'm putting myself through the stress, to just be like, this is like the beautiful thing that I really wanted to have. So I just try to like go by it, so I can remember why I put myself in this situation.
I can't imagine like the anticipation. It's just like every time you see like progress on your house, and it's in this phase of construction. Now the drywall's up, and then this and this, you're just like, oh my gosh, get it done. Like I'm excited. I'm just ready to itch, and I'm ready to move. So that's cool.
I've learned quite a bit about construction, because like I just care more now, obviously, since it's my own. And I'll be like, well, what are they doing? Like what are they forming the walls of our basement? Like, and I made fun of my coworker who built his house last year. I'd be like, you're always like bringing up your house, but I totally bring up my house and talk about it like 20 times more than he did. So that
was a thing to be proud of. Like I would be in the same boat. I'd be like, oh my gosh, my house, look at it. Like you're customizing it, you're building it. It's like one of the biggest things. It's like your biggest asset in life.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Take pride in it. What are some things that you struggled with in your 20s?
Okay. It's been fun to go into this job and not be in my 20s, or like I was 29, but like, to like not be in the exact, I guess, phase that I was in when I started my business. Cause when I started my business, like, I think I just wanted to look successful, like immediately. Like that was like my number one concern, was like thinking other people succeed fast. And so I have to also like, and if I don't succeed fast, I have to at least make it appear that I'm like on the right track, so that other people think that I am. And so I feel like I have a lot more patience now, of just like, like I am willing to like put in work and like learn things, I guess, and not have it always be successful immediately. At the very end of my career, I was like trying to sell like I had a goal to sell like a $10,000 portrait package because there was like a whole like challenge to do it, and there was like a whole system of like what you're supposed to do. And so like that was something that was like hard to learn because you have to figure out like people aren't just going to walk up to you and pay you like thousands of dollars for no reason. Like you have to build something for them to like feel like there's value in it. And I think a lot of people don't like, especially business owners, like really struggle to see the value in themselves because it's like it cost me like $100 to like, yeah, maybe like you bought equipment, but you're like, it cost me like $100 to do this, and I'm upcharging by like this much. And so maybe like it's just hard to, I guess just to like feel like you actually deserve to get that money, or so it's hard to build the value of like why people actually want to pay you. So it was interesting to kind of like go through all of the rejections that I had to go through to get to the point where like I really felt like it was worth it, and and people started saying yes to me and stuff because of the brand I built.
Yeah, the rejection thing is a big one. It's almost like you have to be told no a certain amount of times to be like, oh, okay, and you get the hang of it. We did a project in college, and it was like you had to get rejected. Like you had to go out and ask people, hey, can I take your photo? And you had to get rejected. And it was like this, like getting out of your comfort zone and being like, okay, like if I go and I take this and I pitch it to somebody, like the odds of them saying no are going to be pretty high, and I have to be like okay and accepting of like they're going to say no.
Yeah, it's such a good thing and I think like nobody wants to do it in general. Like no one, like even now I'm like, I still don't like to get no's, but then it's like, I try to remember that thing. And like, even with social media, it's a good practice to like, to just post things that suck. Like that's the other, like, it's like the other flip side of that is like just posting things that suck. And like after a certain point of time, like they're not going to suck anymore, you know?
Right. Sometimes the things that you think suck do the best.
Yeah.
Because it's like information, you're like, I already know this, or like, I don't care. Well, somebody that's online is going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like that was just me getting out of my car and telling you like, I'm walking up to this model home. I just got done doing Pilates at the gym. And then people are like, oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
And they just share the crap out of it.
Yeah. It's crazy how it works.
So I'm going to ask a couple questions. Just, these are like, you don't have to think about them. Are you a beach vacation person or a mountain, like excursion?
Both.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer? If you had to choose one.
I think I'd have to pick mountains because I've done more beaches in my life, and I
just
want to do more adventures now.
Okay. I would have gone with beach.
Okay.
You were just in Miami, so.
Yeah, see, I'm over it.
Are you podcast when you drive, or are you music when you drive?
I'm phone calls when I drive, but also podcasts.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
That's where you get all the business done. I call this guy probably every time I get in the car.
Yeah.
He gets a phone call from me, or I get a phone call from him. Are you zero inbox or 5,000 unread emails?
I'm a zero inbox girl, but unfortunately I had to keep myself organized by leaving things unread, which I hate doing, but I now have things that I always have. That's my to-do list now. So just a few unread.
I'm jealous of the people that have a little red bubble. I'm like, oh. I know there's like a mix of like stuff that you don't need to respond to, and then you get a client acquisition that comes in there and just shoved down, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then last one of these, I'll ask you: Are you a coffee or an energy drink person?
I'm more of an energy drink person now, but I drink way too much caffeine, and I would never say no to coffee either.
Okay, I was gonna pick you as a coffee. What kind of energy drink are you going for lately?
I'm a Celsius because like I did drink Alani for a while, and it's kind of a little too much for me now. I like Celsius.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on. This is not sponsored, but it'd be sick if they were. Bum Energy.
Okay, haven't heard of it.
Do you know who C-Bum is? He's a big 5-time Olympian.
Yes.
So it's his brand. They have an energy drink. Do you like soda at all?
I mean, yeah.
Do you like root beer?
I like root beer floats and sometimes.
Okay, so Nick knows this one. There is a flavor. It's Bum Energy. It's kind of hard to find, but you can get it at Walmart actually, or like on Amazon. Okay. Some gas stations will have it. It's the root beer flavored Bum Energy. It tastes exactly like a sweet root beer, and it's got 125 milligrams, and I think the caffeine comes from like coffee grounds, so it's like a natural caffeine.
Okay. Yeah,
but
I will have to try it.
If you're looking for a good like flavored energy drink, the C-Bums, you can't go wrong. They have a Dr. Pepper one. They have a root beer. They've got like a citrus lime, which is like Sprite. And then they've got your standard like cherry, your blueberry blast, and all those. So
So that's what you do now?
I love the bum energies. So if like I can tell somebody, be like, just try it one time, I would
You do need
recommend
to
that
get
one.
paid for that. Yeah.
Tell people kind of like how they can reach out to you and where they can find you.
You can find me at Safina_Fisher Homes on Instagram. That's probably the best place to get to know me and connect with me. And you can find all of my contact information on there and follow along with my build and all my stories that I don't know what I'm doing posting.
Sweet. Thanks, Safina.
Thank you.
It was great having you.